The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco is a book about different roadmaps to wealth. So before we begin, I have to ask you, do you want to retire young? Do you have a plan on how to achieve that? How long is it gonna take you to get there by following your plan? If your plan is not fast enough, it's time for you to take a ride down the fast lane and learn how to retire before your head turns gray by using the principles that the author himself and many others use to retire young. In this video, we will go over the key ideas and takeaways from the Millionaire Fastlane. But before we do, feel free to subscribe and ring the notification bell for more personal finance, investing, business, and motivation related content and weekly book summaries. Takeaway number 1. The Sidewalk. Poorness. A sidewalker doesn't have a financial destination. There's no plan whatsoever regarding any money that they earn, so any surplus money is immediately spent on anything they can lay their eyes on. There's no way a sidewalker can ever become financially independent by repeating this behavior. Sidewalkers can be high-income earners. Some of them own businesses, work high-paying careers such as medicine or law, are successful actors or musicians and earn huge incomes. Still, one thing unites them all. They spend all or even more than they make and prefer living large today over any form of financial security. Earning more money or having somebody give them more money is not a solution for their problem, as they'll mismanage any amount of money. The number would change, but the behavior will still remain the same, bearing the same results and consequences. Takeaway number 2. The Slowlane. Mediocrity. Slowlaners spend pretty much their whole life sacrificing today for a wealthier tomorrow. They follow the traditional plan. Go to school, get a good job, save 10% of your income, live frugally, invest in the stock market for the long term, preferably within a 401k, and one day, some 40 years from now, you can retire rich. Now, it's a step in the right direction compared to the sidewalk, but relies on waiting a long period of time and on many factors that you can't control to work out as planned, such as relying on your employer, a good company, the government, and so on. The fact that slowlaners rely on so many variables that they can't control makes slowlane as risky as the fast lane. The slow lane being somebody's one and only plan is the problem, not the slow lane being just a part of somebody's plan. This is very important to note because financial discipline must be part of your plan no matter what roadmap you use. For a slow laner, Saturday and Sunday are the paycheck for Monday through Friday. They spend 5 days working to receive 2 days off as a quote-unquote reward. Or 52 weeks for a 2-week vacation. Both ratios are not in their favor. A job is the primary income source of slow laners, and having your financial plan revolve around the job is very risky because of these facts. You are forced to trade your time until you retire. The experience you gain is very limited. You have no control over your source of income. You have to be obedient. You're in the worst tax brackets. Upside potential is very limited. If you don't control your income, you don't control your financial plan. If you don't control your financial plan, you don't control your freedom. Now, while compound interest is a very powerful ally to wealth, it cannot accelerate wealth fast. Another big problem of the slow lane is the fact that it relies on the stock market as the main wealth generator. The market should be used to create passive income streams and for wealth preservation, not to create wealth. Look, it's very hard to win the money game by just playing defense. You must also learn to play good offense. Generating huge income, combined with controlling your expenses and using the market to secure passive income, is the best way to win the money game. A lot of money gurus suffer from something the author calls paradox of practice. They teach one way of obtaining wealth while getting rich in another. For example, they teach that retiring at 59.5 years of age by investing in the stock market is the ultimate way to gain wealth, while they became wealthy by selling books and seminars, and then feeding that money into the market, letting it compound and pay them huge dividends, thus ensuring financial independence. Takeaway number 3. The fast lane. Wealth. In order to use the full potential of the fast lane, you must stop thinking like a consumer and start thinking like a producer. Instead of digging for gold, sell shovels. Consumers seek producers, and if you can fill those needs, you'll attract wealth. Your own scalable business, self-employment, and entrepreneurship are what the fast lane is centered around, just like the slow lane is centered around a job. Why is this the case? Well, because you're very unlikely to see a 25-year-old who made his own money almost exclusively by investing in the stock market and retired early at 25 years of age. The math just doesn't add up. In order to build wealth fast, you need to create a business and offer the world real value. This business system must have unlimited leverage in both time and money though. It must be scalable and must be able to survive and even grow without you. Bear in mind that some businesses are just jobs in disguise, and they are not the fast lane. A small lemonade stand can be your own business, but it's not the fast lane. The amount of people you can provide value to is very limited, and you have to be there every day to sell the lemonade on top of that. Instead of using the stock market as the primary wealth accelerator, the fast lane relies on creating or buying appreciable assets, scaling them or adding value to them, and then selling. Growing your company's valuation into millions can be obtained way faster than waiting on your paycheck to compound to millions. Fast laners always destroy the like button and accelerate wealth by building cash flowing assets, often from scratch, and selling them to realize the gains. Since they create and run those assets, this gives them controllable, unlimited leverage. The proceeds of the sale can then be invested in the stock market or a mix of financial assets, and those returns the portfolio provides allow a fast laner passive income high enough to comfortably live off of without ever touching the principal. An alternative is to grow a business that can run and grow without your presence and still generate profits that you can comfortably live off of. Which brings us to takeaway number 4. Money trees. Money trees are business systems that survive on their own. Yes, they require some support from time to time, but they still survive on their own, separating your income from time. Passive income is a divorce from work for money rule that Slowlane is centered around. Money grows on trees if you own a money tree, and you can own one if you know how and where to get the seeds. These are the 5 business seedlings that grow into money trees. Rental systems, real estate, patents, royalty payments, licensing, and so on. Computer or software systems, internet and software. Content systems such as books, blogs, social networks, magazines, and so on. Distribution systems such as franchising, chaining, network and TV marketing, and so on. And human resource systems such as managers and operators. And lastly, money. Money is naturally the king of money trees. Make your money fight for you instead of fighting for your money. When your money starts working for you, you can live free because passive income keeps arriving every month. That's why the point of the fast lane is to develop a system that can generate huge income that you can use to fund your money system with. Money is your army. The more you have, the more they will fight for freedom. Your money system shouldn't be used to grow wealth, but to grow your income. Growing wealth should be left to your fast lane system. Bear in mind that you'll still struggle to become financially free if you're financially literate. Live below your means is a rule that's relevant at any income level. The only difference is that for the fast laner, live below your means to expand their means rather than cutting out their expenses. Takeaway number 5. Wealth is not an event, it's a process. Self-made millionaires don't become millionaires by stumbling into money, just as financial failures don't become failures by stumbling into poorness. Self-made multi-millionaires create their wealth by persistently following a process. Without this process, there would never be an event. Most people just look at the final event. The final event doesn't reveal the process that was behind it. But they still focus on the event, the well-known tip of the iceberg. Look, it's not about the wealth you create. It's about the person you have to become while following the process in order to create the wealth. Once you become that person, learn the process and develop the discipline required to follow it, the event will occur. Persistence is a very important part of this process. It's also not an event. It doesn't happen just once. You have to constantly persist in your actions that keep the process rolling if you want to reach the final point. If, for example, you persist 10 days in a row but give up on the 11th day, can you say that you persisted? No, you can't, because you didn't persist, you gave up. That's why both process and persistence are not an event. They are a continuous series of deliberate choices. Focus on the process, not on an event. Fastlane success isn't just one single choice, it's hundreds of them combined. All of these choices combined together create your process, and following the process is what creates your lifestyle. So yes, this means that you're exactly where your choices got you. If that's a place you don't want to be, it's time to start making better choices. Takeaway number 6. The Law of Effection. The Law of Effection states that the more lives you affect, the richer you'll be. You can either use scale or magnitude. Scale is the amount of people you reach, and magnitude is the amount of value you provide to each of them. Providing a seemingly small amount of value to millions of people can make you millions, just like providing a million's worth of value to only one person can also make you millions. The amount of money you have is a direct reflection of the amount of value you provided to others. People are quick to judge famous singers, actors, or athletes for the enormous amount of money that they make in a short period of time, claiming that they're overpaid. They are paid exactly what their impact is worth, and since they provide entertainment value to a huge amount of people, they make huge amounts of money. The law of affection is on their side. Selling 10 million copies of an item and earning $5 per copy boils down to the same impact as selling 5 copies of an item and earning 10 million per each item. In order to best use the law of affection, look for needs and desires of others that you can fill, or problems that they have that you can solve for them. Listen carefully and notice the phrases such as "I hate," "This is so frustrating," "I wish there was," "Do I have to do this?" "This sucks," and so on. For example, I wish there was a press like button somewhere on your screen. You see, people often present ideas to you unknowingly, and if you can address their frustrations, they will want to give you money. This can either be many small problems solved for a lot of people, or a big problem solved for a smaller group. Scale multiplies the magnitude. Takeaway number 7. 5 Fastlane Commandments. In order to make sure that your business can use the law of affection to its advantage, you can cross-examine it against the 5 Fastlane Commandments next. Bear in mind that it's possible to violate one or more commandments and still create wealth quickly, but you should look for something that satisfies all 5 commandments. The commandment of need. Businesses that fill needs, provide value, or solve problems win. If your business is centered around selfish reasons, such as doing what you love or being your own boss, you're walking a slippery slope instead. All the customers care about is what your business can provide to them. How can it help them? Will it solve their problem? Will it make their life easier? Money avoids selfish people, but it's attracted to businesses that fill needs and solve problems. If you can offer the world great value, you will attract great amounts of money. The commandment of entry. The lower the barrier of entry in the field your business is in, the more and better competition you'll have to face. And the higher the amount of competition is, the lower the margins you can expect. Now, if your business violates the commandment of entry, being exceptionally good is the only sure way you can succeed. The commandment of control. If you don't control every aspect of your company, that means that your business and income still depends on others, which can cause sudden, unexpected disasters. If someone can simply destroy your revenue with a flip of a switch, that doesn't sound like a safe financial plan. Create and invest in your own brand to ensure complete control and limit your risks. The commandment of scale. In order to scale, magnitude or reach or both must be increased. Magnitude is increased with price, while reach is massive numbers. Bear in mind that reach, even with seemingly low magnitude, can also achieve scale. The commandment of time. Can your business be detached from your time? Can your business grow into a money tree without you? Passive income is the main Fastlane objective, and the commandment of time insists on it. Some business owners are trapped in their business because their business violates the commandment of time. The business becomes a job and like a prison sentence. That's right, a business that's attached to your time and can't be separated is a job. If your business is based on one of the money tree seedlings mentioned earlier, it should be fully capable of growing a money tree. If it isn't, consider whether one can be added to it to make it passive. Takeaway number 8. Additional tips. Here are some additional tips, do's and don'ts that should help you grow your money tree faster and more safely. All of them are already summarized and seemingly simple, but can help you a lot if you apply them correctly. Complaints are often great insights into your consumers' minds. Use them to improve your product or service. Amazing customer service and friendly staff can overcome many shortcomings, but great features can't overcome poor customer service. Satisfied customers can be a great asset for you, as they might promote your business for free, and word of mouth can spread very quickly. The actions you take when you're young have a huge impact on your future. So consider them well and avoid doing things that can cause permanent damage to your life and/or your system. Presenting yourself as a big company but giving your customers the attention only small companies provide can leave a lasting good impression. Look at business partnerships almost like you would at a marriage, and be as careful and considerate when choosing a partner. A good accountant and an attorney can save you a huge amount of money, so choose yours carefully. Protect your assets by running them through an entity that limits liability, such as an S-Corp or an LLC. Keep learning. Don't let your education stop on the graduation day. Fastlaners are lifetime learners. Look at your competition only to find and leverage their weaknesses, otherwise just focus on improving your own system. Marketing and branding are the most powerful tools that you can use. They are much more important than having a good idea. Execution is what matters. Build a brand. A brand survives ups and downs much better than just another company. Make a unique selling proposition that differentiates you from the rest of the pack and keeps your consumers coming for more. If you can cause emotional reactions in your audience, you will be way more likely to make them buy from you. Focus on only one business at a time. Don't dilute your attention. To summarize, the Sidewalk, Poorness. Sidewalkers have no plan whatsoever regarding any money that they earn, so any surplus money is immediately spent on anything they lay their eyes on. There's no way a sidewalker can ever become financially independent by repeating this behavior. The Slowlane, Mediocrity. Slowlane is centered around a job or a non-scalable business. Slowlaners spend pretty much their whole life sacrificing today for a wealthier tomorrow, and rely on their investments being the primary growth accelerator. The fact that they rely on so many variables that they can't control makes Slowlane as risky as the Fastlane. The Fastlane, wealth. The Fastlane is centered around a scalable business that is turned into a money tree or used to fuel a money system. Instead of using the stock market as the primary wealth accelerator, the Fastlane relies on creating or buying appreciable assets, scaling them or adding value to them, and then selling. Money trees. Money trees are business systems that can survive on their own. Yes, they might require some support from time to time, but they can still survive on their own, separating your time from income. The seedlings are rental systems, computer and software systems, content systems, distribution systems, and human resource systems. Wealth is not an event, it's a process. Self-made multimillionaires create their wealth by persistently following a process. Without this process, there would be no event. Most people just look at the final event while ignoring the process that was behind it. The Law of Effection states that the more lives you affect, the richer you'll be. You can either use scale or magnitude. Scale is the amount of people you reach, and magnitude is the amount of value you provide to each one of them. The 5 Fastlane commandments are: the commandment of need, the commandment of entry, the commandment of control, the commandment of scale, and the commandment of time. Thank you for watching, and I really hope this video was useful to you. As a final note, let me just clarify that this is a summary of a book. It's not investment nor business advice. You should always do your own due diligence before investing, because it's your money and you and only you are responsible for the consequences of your own actions. With that out of the way, there's one new book summary out every week, and much more investing, business and motivation related content is on the way. So feel free to subscribe for more content, ring the notification bell, leave a like on the video so more people can actually see it, and share it with a friend if you think it will help them. I'll see you next week, so enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye!